Real Madrid and Barca, of course, both in action yesterday. Real Madrid with a win against Getafe. Meanwhile, in the Catalan derby, Barca were held to a 2-2 draw, meaning it's level at the top of the table. Knives are out once again for Valverde, Gab, and it was the manner in which I think they didn't drive on towards the end when they were 2-1 up. Obviously, the De Jong red card, a key part in it all. But Barca are weird. They're top of the table, defending champions. You think they're all fine. Yet there's so much unrest, particularly from your friend Julian Aron, regarding Valverde and the way that he handles this team.
Well, there's a lot of unrest, and I think rightly so. Let's not forget, they went down in that game. In the first half, they produced very little. Then he brings on Arturo Vidal, who's a guy who he seemingly never wants to play. I think it's only 4 starts this season in La Liga. Vidal turns it around for them, and then they kind of remain in this sort of limbo. And then De Jong gets himself sent off, but in part because there's so much pressure on De Jong defensively because the rest of the midfield doesn't help out. So he picks up stupid cards, and then Espanyol eventually equalize. And this is a tough spot to be in because this team remains incredibly Messi dependent. And if Lionel Messi is just very good and not outstanding on the day, they're always in danger of conceding, especially on the road.
He was far from outstanding yesterday. Steve Nicol saying that he was terrible, Shaka. I don't mean to look at you when I say terrible, but we know your issues with Messi.
I have absolutely no issues with Messi.
Social media disagree.
I have no issues with Messi whatsoever. And I agree with Gab fully, and we've been seeing this. Unless Lionel Messi is at his superhuman best, this Barca team just don't look like themselves. And De Jong, a player I greatly admire, I think he's the only player with any kind of creativity in that midfield. Vidal is the only player who offers a little bit of drive. Valverde chooses to use him sparingly, and they continuing stories about his exit from the Camp Nou. So it just leaves you wondering. Luis Suarez, isn't he Luis Suarez that he was 2 seasons ago? And we're all kind of waiting for him to rediscover that form. Griezmann hasn't delivered on his promise. So once again, we're left here just sitting idly by, waiting for Messi to win games. And if he's not superhuman, Barca falter.
Meanwhile, Courtois was superhuman yesterday, and this is the issue, isn't it? Because it's not like the Real Madrid of days of old where you think, right, Barca are going to drop points, Real Madrid are going to run away with it. They've got their problems as well, certainly in the final third, getting goals.
But yeah, it's almost the mere opposite. Barcelona can't keep the ball out of their own net, and Real Madrid can't consistently score. So it takes Barcelona to score 3-4 goals to win a game, and somehow Real Madrid are pretty tight at the back. I think they've only conceded 12 goals so far, but just not consistently scoring. Now, 3 this weekend, if that's a kind of trend where they start to be more dangerous up front, consistently score more goals, keep things tight at the back. Yes, of course, Courtois had a good game, and he'll build that confidence and need to build that confidence to have a good second half. But it'll be interesting how those two giants, how they kind of figure it out this second half.
What's wrong, Gab?
No, just say big difference between Real Madrid and Barcelona is Real Madrid have their star signing from the summer, who's injured and yet to come back. And I think it's a totally different proposition potentially once you have Eden Hazard in there. And also in this game, they were without Valverde, who is quickly becoming arguably their most important midfielder. Those are 2 huge absences, and you feel like Zinedine Zidane's got more to work with in terms of options, whereas other than Ousmane Dembele, this is Valverde's full deck that he's playing with right now.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.